There are so many hot button topics we want to talk about, so today we wanted to try something a little different, and we're tapping into the experts, their opinions from some of our regular guests. Joining us today on our Style Squad, we're going to call it, our relationship expert, T.C. Brantley, business and marketing expert, Diane Grizzell, and fitness guru, Tom Holland. Guys, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to talk about some hot button topics and see exactly what you guys think. First one that's making news is a woman from Arizona. Her name is Suzanne Eman. She wants to be labeled as the fattest bride in the world. We're talking 700 pounds. She consumes somewhere around 30,000 calories.
A lot of calories.
She's keeping track of it all on the internet. I mean, this is crazy. Tom, as a fitness guru, I got to ask you, 30,000 calories in one day?
That's hard to do. You know, that's work in and of itself, right? What I found so disturbing when I read up on it is the doctor. Her doctor says he doesn't see any underlying health causes, and she's capable of making her own decisions. Obviously, she's not.
Well, she's not making good decisions at all, period.
Right.
You know.
And she's got 2 kids.
Exactly. It's not taking anything into account. We're in a society now, if your 15 seconds of fame relies on totally ignoring your personal dignity, your family, your health, it's a sad state.
Right.
Would you call this a publicity stunt, maybe? She wants her 15 minutes of fame?
I think it is, personally.
It seems like a way to get a lot of attention. I wonder how really based on love that marriage is going to be, or if it's a quick way for a chef to get some quick attention too. I hate to be skeptical, but...
From a marriage point of view, you know, I got issues with that because how the marriage is going to go along, but I tell you on the wedding night, who's going to be on top. But besides that, there's some issues that are going to be there. I'm sorry, I just have to be honest here. Because again, you know, in the marriage is not just what you say on the vows, it's how you are, it's how you feel about yourself, and that's going to go into the issue as well.
I mean, we're talking inner beauty, right? That has nothing to do with
the inner beauty is there, but again, you are what you eat. So if you're not eating well, then you're not going to last as well.
Yes, I don't think anyone's questioning inner beauty. You know, I always use the line, we were talking about Jack LaLanne before. I've never met a fat person I didn't like, but fat is a problem.
Right.
Sure, it's a health problem. It could lead to so many other problems.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Yes, we will see.
Let's move on to another topic here. This one's for the record books. A 14-year-old from China is going to be the youngest golfer to play in the U.S. Open. He's teeing off today. 14 years old. Is that too stressful, you think, for a child?
I don't think it's too stressful. I think the point is that how they're, what is his support group to help him along the valley? Because so many people are proteges, but let me see you 20 years later. Are you on drugs or are you good to society? So I think the support group is very important there.
I just love to see somebody out there doing it. You know, we've got so many kids sitting there thinking they can golf because they can stand in front of a television set, and that is just
and not
terrible.
the we either, right? Not the we, right?
Exactly.
No, it's amazing, from a sports psychology standpoint. I mean, one of the toughest sports out there from a psychological standpoint. So he not only put in the time to get good, but to your point, TC, like, you know, this kid, let's hope his support system is huge, you know, because that's everything.
I mean, really with practicing and getting to this level, you're missing school, you're missing some social aspects. What do you think about that? Again,
it's a unique balance that he has to have in mind to make sure that he's going to be not just a golfer, but a good human being. Because again, you can get so focused on one point that you don't spread yourself to help you along the way as you're older in life.
Right.
And what do you think about dealing with being famous at such a young age like that?
Like you.
Exactly, Diane.
You know, I really think a lot of it has to do with, to be a good golfer, you've got to be pretty focused in your mindset. And so I don't think there's that much room for him to worry about what he's getting caught up with if he actually wants to win and excel in that sport.
And let's be honest, we have Tiger Woods. I mean, we see what happens at the extreme. So, you know, you always hope that if he is successful and continues on, that he doesn't have that result. And unfortunately, that's commonly the case.
But there's a point I want to make, though, is that he made the cut because someone in front of him got injured. So that's a good point to say, keep on trying, and you never know that your trying will work out in the end. So that's a good point.
It wasn't
Lots
a Nancy
of people
Kerrigan
have opportunities, but not everybody goes and takes it. And this is a kid who's out there taking it.
That's correct.
That's not so bad. All right, let's move on here. We're talking about profanity here. Be careful there, TC.
You looking at me?
Be careful.
Oh, my, you looking at me?
Listen to this. In Middleborough, Massachusetts, town leaders voted to issue fines fines for public swearing. It's going to cost you $20 a pop. What do you think about that?
I personally have no problem with it, but does it also include cursing in your mind as well? Because cursing is something that happens all the time.
You can say anything you want in your mind.
Well, you know what? For our kids, I think we need to have something positive for them. That's just me personally, you know.
I think it's really hard to enforce, number one.
That's true.
But instead, when I hear someone using any profanity, number one, it's my personal check, and I say, ooh, I don't want to sound like that. I don't want to ever sound like that. So it reminds me, and not only that, it's a great lesson for parents to use to say, listen, you don't want to sound like that.
Right.
Look, doesn't that person kind of scare you? Don't they make you feel uncomfortable? And if anything, I think the fine should probably go to the parents because a lot starts at home.
Well, that's it. They're passing the buck, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the parents.
What do we say about freedom of speech, though?
Yeah, I don't think it's like that Seinfeld episode where they got arrested, the final one, right? Because they didn't help.
Right.
You know, come on.
There's a freedom of speech, but again, there's also a freedom of of respecting one another. I have to respect you as a human being because again, I just can't go off on you and not expect any ramification after that as well.
Yeah, especially if you're out in public, you have little ears.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I don't find that one too bad.
I'm so proud of you, Teresa, for saying that.
I'm just saying, you know. Let's move on. We are talking about the KKK. They're trying to adopt a Georgia highway. Should this be allowed?
This is a free country. People can do what they want to do, but in my opinion, they should get a whole island by themselves. But they are a separatist group, so they should do that. You know, they're a separatist group, and 2012 they're still using sheets. So let's do something different.
As long as they keep the mile clean, right, and don't hang the sheets out on the side.
Exactly. They only do that.
I really think what this is a Supreme Court issue, and it's an election issue. Because it does involve free speech, but we've got this same situation, did get passed and brought to the Supreme Court level in the state of Colorado. So this is not a one-time event, and the Supreme Court upheld the KKK's right on political freedom. So we've got an election coming up. Our presidents, whoever you're for, choose those Supreme Court justices, they nominate them. And I think we need to look at the bigger picture here as a society.
But also, going back to history, 1925, the KKK marched down Pennsylvania Avenue. So listen, this is a free country. People can express themselves. As long as they do it in a respectful manner, I'm fine.
We'll see what happens there. Maybe not driving on the highway. You never know what could turn into that.
Never know.
All right, we have a little over a minute left. Father's Day this weekend, right around the corner. Let's talk about the the importance of just having that father figure in your life.
Statistics shows that when a father is in the house, there's less poverty. The child goes to second tier of education. So father is very important. And last I checked biology, you need a father and a mother to make a baby. So it makes sense to have them as you raise them as well.
Not necessarily a dad,
well, not only that. Dads, fathers bring so many things to the parenting relationship that mothers wouldn't bring. I would never throw my baby in the air, but when my husband did that with our kids, they loved it.
Yeah, exactly.
That toss.
Yeah, they all do it. And what do you think, Tom?
Yeah, it's super important. Back to what TC said. I mean, it's self-explanatory common sense, right? The closer the attachments are, the better kids you're going to have, So, and I think fathers, by and large, have checked out. If you look back at history, and I think it's finally coming back. The woman's expected to do everything.
You need some help along the way. All right, guys, we're out of time. Style Squad, I love this. Tom, Diane, TC, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks,
All
Teresa.
right.